Pepper. I gotta put this mic on you right now.
Yay!
All right, you ready? Ready to go.
Thank you. Hello, everyone. My name is Pepper. I am the Chief Robotics Officer at Chrysalis. This week, our students took a full-day test to show what they had learned so far. In just 4.5 hours, they built full-stack apps from scratch. Beck and Aramex stopped by to talk to the class. The students are working on projects using their drone APIs and will share their apps with the company next week. We also started working on job preparation. This is a huge part of our program and continues even after the students graduate. Kumiko, one of our graduates, stopped by to share some good news. She was hired by her dream company and doubled her salary. See you again next week.
Hi, my name is Itza, and I'm a student at Chrysalis. The cherry blossoms came out in full force in Tokyo while we are busy finishing our team projects. Yan, the co-founder of Chrysalis, was the guest host for the team's business summit, where startups pitched their companies to a group of well-known technology investors. On Wednesday, we presented our MVPs to senior engineers from Pivotal and Google. We are continuing to refine our presentations for our graduation demo day.
Hi, I'm Kani. I'm a co-founder at Chrysalis. This week was busy. It's week 2, and on Sunday, we held a meetup for people interested in coding and taught basic programming skills. We also gave our students a chance to lead this week. Every student gave a 5-minute lightning talk about a technology topic in the news. We worked on data structures, time complexity, and sorting algorithms. The students also completed their first solo project.
Well, what Connie didn't tell you was that it was his birthday.
Happy birthday!
Hi everyone, my name is Krista and I'm an instructor here at Chrysalis. It's been really busy this week. It's week 4 for our immersive students and we had a lot of field trips this week. First, our co-founders made a visit to RGA, one of our hiring partners, and met up with Bill, one of our graduates. He's really liking his new job and will be coming back in a few weeks to teach a foundations course for people who are just getting started in coding. So, if you are interested, you should join us. We still have a few spots left. Then, about halfway through the week, we had a special guest. Yumi is a professional opera singer and trained all the students to utilize breathing techniques to improve their speaking voices. This will be especially important in a few weeks when every student gives a 2-hour meetup to the public about their favorite technologies. Finally, we spent the last 2 days of this week at Pivotal Labs, one of our industry partners. Students teamed up with their employees to learn more about lean startup principles and creating products with empathy for the end user. Students also put together their first solo projects over the weekend, which required building full-stack applications. This week we focused on learning one of the most popular JavaScript frameworks, React. In the process, they also learned about managing state with Redux and transpiling code with Webpack. All of these field trips reminded us just how inspiring the technology industry in Tokyo is. In the next few weeks, you'll be hearing from Chrysalis students who have come from as far as the US, Austria, and Germany to spend time learning in this beautiful city.
Hey everyone, my name is Felix and I'm the lead instructor at Chrysalis. Did you know that it snowed in Tokyo this week? This was the heaviest snow we got in 4 years. It's week 3 for our immersive students. They expanded their skills into back-end architecture. They created databases, built their first service using Node and Express, and built APIs. One of our alumni, Kumiko, came back to get support on her job search and interviewing strategies. We also kicked off our English prep program, a part-time class where we teach conversational English in an interactive way. We had a waiting list, so we'll be scheduling another round in April. As good programmers, we don't only need to train our mind, but also our bodies. It's important to build your muscle, because you never know when you will get into a snowball fight.
It's the final week of class for our immersive students. Over the last 12 weeks, they've built a lot of projects and learned some of the most popular JavaScript frameworks. As the Code Chief Kawaii Officer at Chrysalis, I've been working hard to make sure that we are delivering the highest quality curriculum to our students. It's difficult work, but I'm lucky to work with a top-notch team. Mia's still pretty new here. We were all very proud.
I already heard some talking going on, but if you don't know the people around you, please say hi.
Hello. What's up, Blake?
We're supposed to start at 7:10, so I'll give people another 3 minutes to trudge through the rain, and then I'll give a quick intro to Code Chrysalis and who we are, and then I'll let Yusuke take over. Hi, my name is Yan. I'm one of the co-founders of Code Chrysalis, and this is what we did this week. The students rewrote a utility library that's commonly used. They used test-driven development to create the virtual DOM from React, and they practiced a lot of recursion. They also learned about the value of rapid prototyping through some marshmallows and spaghetti.
Hi everyone, my name is Krista and I'm an instructor here at Code Chrysalis. It's been really busy this week. It's week 4 for our immersive students and we had a lot of field trips this week. First, our co-founders made a visit to RGA, one of our hiring partners, and met up with Bill, one of our graduates. He's really liking his new job and will be coming back in a few weeks to teach a foundations course for people who are just getting started in coding. So, if you are interested, you should join us. We still have a few spots left. Then, about halfway through the week, we had a special guest. Yumi is a professional opera singer and trained all the students to utilize.
All right, cool. Great, and I see some new faces. Get this going. I'm just going to give a quick intro to Code Chrysalis and who we are. My name's Yan, I'm one of the co-founders. So we are a full-stack software engineering bootcamp. We teach in English. We have 3 main missions in Tokyo. First, we want to create some awesome software engineering leaders. And for us, that means more than just technical skills. It also means The other things that get you promoted, that make you leaders, things like communication, because engineering is a team sport, empathy, because we are creating products for other people, and autonomy, because technology moves extremely fast and we need to be autonomous in the way we learn. We also want to empower women, so we really strive for equal gender representation in our class as well as on our team. And we do a lot of community building, so doing free events and things like this to help support the tech and startup community in Tokyo. So the schedule for our immersive, which is our main program, it's 12 weeks long, it's 5 days a week, and it's full time. So students are here every day, 9 a.m. to 6 p.m., and I see them often staying late or coming in on weekends. People that we usually attract are entrepreneurs, so people who have an idea and want to be able to build it. And then current developers, so people who are currently working as software developers. And then we also have career changers, so people who are doing something completely different before and want to switch in to software. It's a bit of a process to get into the program. In order to submit an application, you actually need to fill out this coding challenge. So you have to pass the coding challenge to submit an application. Then that's followed by a technical interview. The technical interview has about a 20% pass rate. After you're able to get past that, then we have what we call pre-course. That's the start of the course. This is take-home homework for you to do. It takes about 1 to 2 months for our students to complete. And after they complete that, then they're allowed to start on our immersive program, which happens right here. The pre-course curriculum has a bunch of this kind of stuff. JavaScript fundamentals, quite advanced JavaScript fundamentals, things like recursion, functional and object-oriented programming, all of that stuff. And then the technical curriculum, the first 6 or 7 weeks are really focused on learning these five core components to our curriculum. So first of all, computer science and JavaScript fundamentals, seeing that link between computer science and how to apply it to the real world. Then we have backend, server side. So things that we cover are Postgres, Kafka, Redis, Express, Node, and whatnot. Then we have front end, so client side. We really focus on understanding framework architecture because front end changes so much. After that, we use React and Vue, which are the two really popular frameworks right now. And then we cover continuous integration and delivery, so understanding what happens to your code after you're done coding and how to keep it up and live for everyone to use it. And then we have software development leadership, so understanding how to actually create a product and all of the thinking and work that goes into thinking about how to break down your product into executable pieces and whatnot. So we also provide a lot of job prep. This is often in the form of one-on-one support during the program and after the program. We do things like whiteboarding practice, interview practice, salary negotiation, job hunting strategy for Tokyo and also abroad, networking training, things like resume and cover letter writing, all of that stuff. And this is lifelong, so we offer this even after people exit the course. Some of our students have received offers from companies like these, Payday, Coin, RGA. For software engineers for our graduates who have less than 1 year of experience, so anywhere from 0 experience to only a few months, the average salary for our junior graduates is 6.73 million per year. Compared to the average for Tokyo, I think right now it's hovering between 3 to 4 million for people with no experience. And then also for engineers who have been working in Japan, they usually see a boost of about 77%. These are some of the people or some of the companies that we work with, particularly with Pivotal. Pivotal is the leader in lean startup and consulting and whatnot. The guy who actually wrote the book Lean Startup works for Pivotal, so they are kind of the industry leaders when it comes to creating great software. We also work with some awesome recruiters like Wall and Case and Computer Futures, and we work with some other great companies who are either always interested in hiring our students or providing some kind of support. So if you're interested, please apply. Our next cohorts start July 9th, and the deadline for it is actually on Friday, October 8th. And then tell people about our program. There's, I'm sure, a lot of people wanting to make a career change. Or partner with us if you have a really cool company. We've got a bunch of events coming up. Next one is a really nerdy topic called What Time Is It? So it's about understanding date times and time zones for developers. We've got one by Rochelle Kopp, who is quite a famous intercultural thinker and speaker. She's an author. She'll be talking at Pivotal, actually, and a bunch of other things. We've got one more student meetup. So today is a student meetup, Yusuke is one of our current students. Then we have one more happening on June 20th. And then, yeah. We've also got our students' demo day coming up. So end of this month, our students are graduating, and they're going to be presenting some of the solo projects, some of the individual as well as team projects that they've worked on. So during the course, they've done stuff like creating mobile apps using Kotlin and Swift, or you did WebAssembly and Rust, right? So you get to see all the cool things that they've built. We've also got a beginner coding course. So that next one for that is starting July 10th. It's pretty intense. We've got an English course for people who want to practice speaking better. And yeah, please find us on Facebook, Instagram. We tweet a lot of technical stuff on Twitter and YouTube. You can find us on YouTube. You can see a lot of videos. And without further ado, I'm going to present Yusuke, who will be talking about what is continuous integration and how to use it. We require all of our students to give technical talks. So we give them 2.5 to 3 hours to do whatever they want with. They choose the technical topic, 1.5 to 2 hours. They choose the technical topic. It has to be something that they've discovered or they've explored using code. And we just let them roll. So here's Yusuke.
So let's start. At first, I really thank you for coming today. And today we will do some workshop, and we will use GitHub account. And if you have a laptop, we edit something and do something in your PC. So I would like to ask, you have any experience about that? Who are the already developer? Yeah, thank you. And who familiar or who already use Git commands? Fine, thank you. And who use Node or Yarn with JavaScript? Okay. Thank you. It's okay. Perfect. If you don't have any idea about this, we can do with just a website. So don't. It's okay. Even if you don't have PC, we can do in our workshop with your smartphone. So. Okay. So and there is URL which does this slide shows, and repository is there. We will do our workshop with that repository. So after some talk, we will fetch from that URL. And who has a GitHub account already? All of them have. Fine, thank you. Okay, so let's start. And if you don't have internet, there is a Wi-Fi password and key. So let's connect to that. So let's begin. Today's topic is what is CI, an intro to CircleCI. That is some kind of tools for developers, and it helps us to develop many things. And first, I will introduce myself. And I'm a Yusuke Hayashi. And here is account of Twitter and GitHub. So if you are interested in me, please feel free to send any messages. And I was my career of engineering started from 2.5 years ago. I was a database engineer at Japanese Researching Institute, which researching astronomy, and there I was a database engineer. But I did is not only managing a database, but also I did make some tools in Python. And after that, I was a software freelancer, and I did many kind of jobs, like of course consulting about database, or making websites, or creating some tools for analysts. And then I really want to join international situation. Before that, I have no experience to use English. So I want to, in order to join such situation, so I come here, and I am now a student of Chrysalis. To be a freelance, to be a full stack engineer. And this is today's content. I will introduce about what is extreme programming first, and I'll show actual GitHub workflow, and show what is CI, and introduce tools for CI. And after that, go to the workshop. Actually, our main content today is a workshop. Before that, I will talk some. Did you already hear about extreme programming? Do you know that? Thank you. Here is a book. That is the same thing as this. This is written by Beck, who is currently working in Facebook. And the book shows the way or methodology of developing, which contains many ideas like CI. It's for CI or TDD or pair programming, YAGNI. You aren't gonna need it. First one is what we will talk today, and TDD is something like when we develop something, at first we should write test code, and to fail the test cases, we should write actual code. something like that kind of ideas. And pair programming is to share our understanding for current course. We should have a pair with developers and make code with two persons. Actually, we code Chrysalis students do that kind of thing in our school. And the last one, YAGNI, is something like we should focus what we need. And when we develop something, sometimes we want to do some other stuff. Like I found that a good idea and I want to implement that, but we should not do that. We should just focus what we need, that kind of thing. But there are many ideas, so it's not easy to understand what is extreme programming. But I will introduce. I think this picture shows the core idea of XP. The horizontal line is shows time, and vertical line means what? I would like you to guess what is that. And there is two lines. One is XP, extreme programming. And the other is waterfall. Waterfall is common and not so new, older idea for developing. And that is, at first, we need to plan all the application, and then implement that, and then test it and release it, something like that. And XP means make as small as possible and implement continuously. And actually, the vertical line shows the risk for developing. I mean, if you create something with like waterfall model, there is many risks. For example, the demand or the requirements may changes after some developing. Then follow the effort spoils sometimes. But if you do small things and implement it many times, then the risk reduces. So I think this is the main idea of extreme programming. I mean, reduce the risk is a core idea for that. And of course, today's topic, CI, helps that kind of thing. And next, I will introduce the actual situation and the actual developing situation. We will use Git for developing and control a version. This picture shows how to do with Git, how to develop with Git. At first, I see this picture. I thought it was complicated, but after developing with Git, I think this is very clear. I will introduce how we develop with Git. These points are commit. Commit means the state of current program, and if we develop continuously like this, implement something and implement something, there might be bug with that. If there is a bug, we cannot distinguish when is the correct or when is to release commit. So the idea for Git is to check out another or make another branch for that, and to keep this line. This line's commit is always for release. I mean, this line is always to keep the release situation, and there is no bug. So we need to check here. Check here if it contains bug or not, and if there's no bug, it can be released. So merge into master branch. So this is master. And after some implementation, it will be released for master. This is just one case, and develop. This is one line for branch, and there may be many persons to implement that. In that case, we need to make with some other person. Some person implement something, and some person implement the other thing. Then there may be some conflicts. In this case, we want to avoid conflict. So the one idea is to make feature branches, like feature 1, feature 2, and always develop on feature branches. For make branch and implement some, and then merge it into develop. Or and before merging it, creating feature guide should fetch and merge into it. Then there might no conflicts. So this is one case, but actually good way to develop. And if we develop like this, we need to test or build the application so many times. And that is really disgusting, and we need to wait many moments for test or build. So here is the idea of CI. Yeah. Then what is CI? The definition in Wikipedia is like this. It is abbreviation of continuous integration, and it is a development practice that requires developers to integrate code into a shared repository several times a day. it's some ambiguous, but the core idea is we should test or build many times, and we should make it easy to test or build. And there is some other word like CD. It means continuous delivery, and the definition is like this, and it's really similar to CI. So what is the difference? Difference is mainly the word. CI is integrate, and CD has released. Actually, CI is a subset of CD. The difference is CD can do release. That means I think CI is something like to merge into develop branch, and after every time merging to develop branch, we need to test or build that in order to make it sure there is no bug. So the idea is CI, and we need to release that. So we need to merge it into master and deploy in the server if it's a website or web application. The idea is that kind of CD, I would say. And that was idea for CI. And if you want to do that kind of thing, there is many tools to do continuous integration. It helps us to, as I said, automatically building or testing without you don't need to wait on your local PC. There is many tools. The first one is most popular one, Jenkins. And second one is Travis CI. And third one is what we will use today, CircleCI. And I will focus on the three things to introduce. You can see many information from the URL. And on that side, there are many information. Which one is popular, or which one is what is the props of which one, like that, and who use these tools. If you interested in that, please check that URL. And there are many things, many different things. So I will focus on the information. And three of them. CircleCI is a hosted service, and Travis CI is also hosted service, and Jenkins is not hosted service. It is open source application. It means open source means we need to get a code from somewhere. It's on GitHub, and we need to prepare server and prepare for Jenkins. But CircleCI and Travis CI are hosted service, so we don't have to prepare servers or any other things. So it's very easy. But it's not all of them are not for free. The CircleCI is a free service if you are using just one container. And CircleCI is if you are using open source software, if you are developing that one, it's free. But if you private, you develop with private repository on GitHub, it's not free. So we will choose CircleCI today. And before going to workshop, I will talk about the motivation of this workshop. Actually, we students of Code Chrysalis do many coding challenges. It's on almost every morning, and fork from the repository and clone it and implement something and make pull request to the original repository. Then here is cat, and cat says something. You are wrong. You need to fix it, like that. And if we implement correctly, he says, yeah, the test pass like this. And I really curious, what is this and who is this? And I asked, but teacher says it's not a human and it's just a bot, and we can implement that kind of thing. So I wanted to know what it is. And today we can know how to make these kind of things. So let's go to the workshop. And before that, I would like to make it sure what we can learn today. What we can learn today is two things. With CircleCI, how to run commands after push or pull request. Actually, with CircleCI, what we can do is really many things, but I will focus on the running commands. And we need to know run one more thing, that is commenting on GitHub issues from GitHub API. So we can learn these two things today. So let's go. Here is a workshop and what to do today. At first, I'd like you to access the GitHub repository, and on that repository, you can do this kind of thing. If you don't have a laptop PC, you can do with smartphone, I think, but it's okay if you cannot follow us. And actually, today we have a helper for this meetup. he is a helper of this meetup. Mike, can you introduce yourself?
Hi, I'm Mike. I'm also a student here at Chrysalis, learning all about full stack development. And Yusuke was kind enough to help me when I did my meetup a week or so ago. And if you have any questions as things come up, let me know. And I'll try and jump over there.
Oh, thank you, Mike. I will demonstrate what we do today. So please follow me. At first, if you access that URL, you can see this page. And here is README. Actually, what we will do today is just follow this tutorial. There are 5 steps to do. At first, first one to do is fork and set up your repository. That means you can fork from this button, and actually I cannot do this because this is my repository, but if you log in, you can fork from here and click your icon maybe there. Then it shows a similar page to this, and you can fork, you can clone from this URL. Click green button and copy the URL. Then you can clone from that your forked repository. And with the command git clone and URL, then you can clone your repository on your laptop. This line shows that one. Actually, the URL should like this: https github.com and your username, because you forked the repository, and the repository name is CircleCI-meetup. And if you go to this directory, this one, you can set up or install with this command. Actually, there might be someone who don't have that command. Can you do this command? Is it okay? If you need help, please feel free to ask. And if you cannot do this, you don't have this command, you can install it with brew install yarn or brew install node, like that. And if you cannot do this, it's okay, because with only with website you can follow follow this workshop. But I will introduce what we'll do today. And after we did setup, next we will play with this file. What is this file? This file is, if you open that folder with VS Code, you can find this directory .CircleCI. Inside of that, there is 3 files: command from CircleCI.js and command from local.js. And first, we will use this command from local.js. If the size of this was okay, can you see this? And let's see what this file is. This is a JavaScript file, and first line actions is to make some HTTP request, and next we prepare some variables, and that variables is for creating a URL. If you send request to this URL, you can actually put or comment on your repository on GitHub. The detail is in this URL. So if you like to learn more about that, you can access this page here. But today we will just use this one URL. It needs auth or access token. It can be taken from GitHub page. And next one is username, which is your username, and the repository name. In this case, repository name is CircleCI meetup. And with issue number, you can add comment to your issue on repository. Issue means here on the GitHub, you can find many threads of comments. And at first, you don't have any issues on your repository, so you can make new issue. Please make some one issue. Any name is okay, like text, test for command. Like this. Then it shows another issue. In my case, there is already this one, and this number is your issues number. Your URL shows also your number of issue. This is first one. One is the number of issue. And actually, we don't have a token here yet, so we need to prepare the token. Where we can get the token is here. Your profile picture and in the setting. And in the developer settings, and here personal access tokens. You can generate new token here, and you need to type password or and with this page you can create a token, authentication token to comment from API. In order to comment from API, you need to click this checkbox, public repo. And any description is fine. CircleCI. Like this. Then generate token. Then you can know the token. This token shows one time, so please be careful to copy that and put it into that. Then you can make your comment from this file. And you already prepare all the URL. Then we need to prepare the body, which is the comment. It can contain HTML tags. And with this line, Axios sends pull request, post request. So I will try to do that. In order to try or run this this file, we need to run node command, node CircleCI command from local. With this command, I expect to comment to the past issues this command. Let me see what is the current situation of my repository. And issues here. Here is the first one, and there is no comment on here. And run this command. Then what's happened? Here is new comment like this. You can also try try this command with node.circleci/command from local. And if you select your username, it means comment to your forked repository. If you choose my username yhigh81, then you will comment to my issue. So you can try to comment my issue, or you can try to comment to your own repository. It's simple. Oh, here is Jiran's comment. Thank you. Okay. And next, we already learned about how to comment from API. Then next, we will try to comment from CircleCI. We want to do it automatically, so we need to connect to CircleCI with our GitHub repository. So let's make account of CircleCI. Actually, I already have an account, so I will show you if you don't have account you can see this page, and with sign up button is here. So if you click here, you can see this window, and with this button, you can connect to GitHub, and also you can create account for CircleCI. Actually, I already have the account, so if you log in or sign up, you can see the page like this. And with the page of other projects, you can see your repositories like this. And if you forked my CircleCI meetup repository, you can see the repository here. And at the first, your button here should like this, set up project. So please click the setup project, the left of CircleCI meetup. If you click this, it shows the first page like this. And there is many description, but it just says, please make config.yaml file and then start building like this. But in our case, I already create a config.yml. It is here. I already write this, and actually with choosing these buttons, CircleCI can give you a default config file. In our case, it is node file, so choose Linux and node, then it shows the default sample YAML file like this. It is pretty much similar to our YAML file. Please compare to this this sample file and our config YAML. Actually, the difference is just 3 lines. The last 3 lines is the only difference. I add these 3 lines: run and command node this file and then always. Actually, we can write only like this. It's the same as the last one, run yarn test. We can do like this, but I did like this. It means we want to run this command always. If you don't do this, when some command before that fails, it stops there. So even if there is some fails on these commands, we want to run this command. So I add this one, when always. So next, finally, we want to run CircleCI. So please click this button, start building. Then building is running. in my case, I already tried many times to run a command, but if you run this command, you can see some failed window. The result is maybe similar to this. Yes, this one. Maybe you can see the window like this. There is a test summary, and below that there are green 5 lines and two red line. First one says there are some fading. It is like this. And the next one says you need to do something. It's on purpose, actually. In our code, there are some bugs, so we expect that should be failed. This is pretty much all of the third step. It should fail here. So next, we want to fix the repository. What is failed? There is two files instead of CircleCI. I mean, there is source index.js and test.js. In the source index.js file, there is a simple program like this. We want to return a string with some number arguments. If the number is multiple of 3, we want to return quiz, and multiples of 5, we want to return bars. And if it's multiplies of 3 and multiply of 5, it means multiply of 15, we want to return quiz bars. But this code has bug. There's some mistake of that. And there is a test case. It checks the function is can be run correctly or not. You can run test locally with yarn test command. And it shows the same string with what we saw here. It says it passed 3 test cases, but final case failed. Final case means when it is multiplies of 3 and multiplies of 5, it should return quiz bars. But in this case, it returns quiz. Can you find the bug from here?
Last time you suggested that.
Yes, you are right. Perfect. If it's the multiplier of 15, it is also multiplier of 3, so it returns quiz here. So we need these lines up here. Yes, thank you. Yes. Then let's try test again. Oh no. Test. Then all test case passes. Good. So we expect we can pass cases. So we expect when we commit and push it, the CircleCI also says it's okay. So we want to try to run CircleCI again with this new code. And we want to make pull request from another branch into master so that we can add some command to pull request. So we will do make another branch. Let's make it the name with pass -1 like with this command. Then the branch is changed. And next, let's make commit. In order to make commit, we need to add at first git add source index. And next, let's commit with some command which was. Then push it into your repository and your branch of bizbuzz -1. Git push origin bizbuzz -1. Yep. After pushing it, you can see these lines, this kind of line. You can click this button and you can make pull request into your master branch. If there is no such button, you can find your branch on here. There is no. It's okay. Let's make pull request from here and create pull request. If you want to make pull request into your branch, you need to change here. Maybe there is many branches. There are some of them are my original branch, and some of them are your branch. In my case, I want to make pull request into mine, so we'll click this. Then in your CircleCI, you can see another build is running. This one, yeah, and it says all green like this. Yeah, this is what we expected. have a file in your local PC, you can actually do this on website. If you on your fork repository, this is my repository, but if you are on repository, you can find the source and index.js file, and you can change from here. And what we want to do is cut this and paste this, and we can make change from GitHub page. And if you choose this larger button, commit directly to the master branch, it will make commit to master branch. But what we want to do is make pull request from another branch. So maybe you want to click this button and click this. Then you can make pull request here, and it says same thing. This one will success. Yes, this is pretty much all the step 4. And next one is see what we did. Actually, I already wrote code, so we can run these commands. So let's see what I already wrote. It is, as I already said, start from config.yml. This green line, the head is number sign is just a comment. It's ignored by CircleCI, and so the other one is at first there are 2 versions of CircleCI. The current version is 2. The lines shows that can see. And all of them are jobs. Jobs means what we want to do with CircleCI. And build is what to do here. And Docker means the environment to do that. Actually, there is an image of Docker here, and this is a default one. That is CircleCI node 7.10. Actually, this version is old. The current version is already 10 is released. So we can, if you want to use a newer version, you can find a newer version of Docker container from here. Not here, this one. Here. There are many versions of node from CircleCI node Docker container. And this line shows working directory. CircleCI run command from Docker container, so there is a directory, and inside of the directory, it runs some command. And there is a steps which can run things. And there is a command run. Run is easy. This is just a command what you want to do. At first, we will do yarn install. It means as we already did, install or set up your repository. Actually, CircleCI have this repository, whole this repository inside of it, and you can install it and run this command yarn test, and after that we will make run this command. And this one, restore cache and save cache, is affect the speed. It means if you see your CircleCI page of success one, a second try, you can see here, restore link caching. It says, not here. Here, I found a cache from builds. It means actually we already run some install command on the first try. You can, if you see the first one, there is no cache, so it runs the install command. But in the second try, there is a cache, so we can skip the installing. So it's fast. And in this file, let's see this file. What we did in this file, CircleCI comment from CircleCI 1. This seems huge, but almost all of them are just a comment. So there is a small program, and as you saw already here, a local one, they're really similar to that. At first, prepare the barriers and make URL, and then send post request with Axios. And the body is a little different. It runs yarn test command to get the result, and then inside of it, it shows the result inside of the text. Can see and the barriers from CircleCI environment. In the CircleCI environment, there are some barriers which the name is CircleCI project username or like this. You can find the barriers from your CircleCI page in the setup spin up environment. You can see like this. And if you want to get these environment barriers, you can get like this. And actually, there is no barriers which is GH auth token. We need to prepare these variables by ourselves. We can add variables on CircleCI from here. If you go to the page of CircleCI meetup, there is icon right top here, and there is environment variables, and here is already the token, and but you can add here and make the name and add the variables here. Actually, we can do the same thing with this one, comment from local.js. It means just hard coding like this. But we don't want to add this secret token into our GitHub repository. So we need to add variables into the CircleCI environment and get it with this code, like this. And I will try the token. And I make commit again. Naming changes are fine. So create new file. Hi. On CircleCI and make pull request. And it will run. Oh, there is some failed. I see. I didn't fix that one. I will make it again. Then new build is running now. This runs automatically. And finally, I expect it says something here like this. It says the result of this. And this is all what we will do on the last step. And if you are interested in how to write a config file, there is a document from CircleCI official. Yes. Do you have any questions? So let's review what we did today. What we did today is fork from my repository and clone it. And at first, send comment from local and connect CircleCI to GitHub. And actually run build on CircleCI once. And it fails. And after that, we did fix the code and make pull request again. Then it passed and it also add command from CircleCI. That's pretty much all what we do today. Yes. Yeah. It's all. Thank you. So. If you have any questions for CircleCI or about myself or our code Chrysalis, feel free to ask anything.
Can I have a question? What is the difference between the CircleCI? I'm sorry, I'm not sure how to spell it.
Travis or
CircleCI and Jenkins. Could you please focus on the differences between the tools?
The tools.
Yes.
Actually,
focus on the features.
Features.
Yes.
Actually, I don't have experience to use another things, Jenkins, Travis, CI. So what I can say is very limited. But feature or feature or that is
can you tell us the page? I mean the web page.
Web page?
Yes.
For official one. Here.
Yes.
This one.
Okay.
Yes.
So, can I search the informations? I mean, search the differences between the tools from this web page.
You can access from this URL and yes.
Why you are using CircleCI?
The most
what is the main purpose?
Main purpose is actually Travis. If you want to use Travis CI with your private repository, you need to pay money. And with CircleCI, we don't have to pay money, even if it's private repository. Yes, and CircleCI is how we can use just one container. It means we can run one build or one command at one time. We can run as just a single command. So if you run two builds at the same time, you try that, you need to wait until the first one ends in with just a single container. If you want to run many commands at the same time, you need to prepare many containers, so you need to pay money. But it's free with single container, so I choose CircleCI.
Okay, thank you. And what about CD tool? I mean, CircleCI some job like CD after develop job finishes.
Actually, the name of these tools are CI, but we can do the same thing as CD. I mean, with CircleCI or with CircleCI, we can do CD. It means we can not only test and build on the tools, but also we can deploy with these tools. So we can do CD with these tools, actually.
Okay, let's think about a scenario when you push your code into the Git, and I need to update the versions of the code. So can I use CircleCI to automatically update the version of the code after I deploy the code into the console web server?
Actually, I don't have experience, but we can do that kind of thing. It means after merging into master branch, it automatically build it and deploy to the real server, like Amazon Web Service or your own server or Heroku, anything is okay. And we can deploy. We can run deploy command from CircleCI because CircleCI has all of the repository already. If run CircleCI builds from here, CircleCI has the all code of this. So we can run any code from the container. So we can, for example, deploy to the server. We can do that. And if you want to, if you need to fetch some other code from another repository, you can do fetch from CircleCI and gather or integrate at the CircleCI container, and after that you can deploy. So I think I can say we can deploy from.
No. Let me clear my questions again. Let's thinking about the scenario when we have a master branches, a master branch in GitHub, and we have run a project on CircleCI. And in my image, the CircleCI will pull the code from the GitHub to the CircleCI and store the code into the local directory, right? Right.
Excuse me. Can I say again?
The CircleCI will pull the code, all the code from the master of GitHub into the local directory of CircleCI. Right?
Yes.
And the CircleCI will run the build job on the code under the local directory, right?
Local means CircleCI.
CircleCI.
Yes. Yes.
So my question is, can the CircleCI update the code? I mean, update the version of the code. I mean, after you deploy your code into the console, web server, or something like that, you need to create a tag, version tag, on the GitHub. So my question is, can the CircleCI create the tag back to the GitHub?
If you want to versioning with CircleCI, the one way is the master branch is only one to release and make some progress. And if you want to release, merge it into master, then all merge into master should release. Then there is new version or deployed.
No, I mean how you release your code from the master on the GitHub?
From GitHub,
in the case you are using CircleCI to make your build job, and after that you need to use CircleCI to deploy your job. Deploy your code into your server, right?
Yes.
So my question is, how do you create the version on the GitHub?
The master branch is not enough. You mean?
No. I mean master branch. Just only a branch. So you need to create some tag to tag the code on the time you release it, right?
Let's say this is just
how do you manage your version number of your code?
Isn't it enough? You are.
I think it's not enough if you have only master.
The short answer to your question is yes. CircleCI 2.0 can do that, and in their documentation, it says if you run something in .circleci/config.yaml, it will put a git tag on your master branch if that build job succeeds.
Okay, it's clear. And my further question is, if you the CircleCI can create a tag back to the GitHub, but it is just only a tag. For example, in Java project, you have a file to the version file, and the version files need to be updated after you push your code into the server. So can the CircleCI update the code?
I don't see that happening. I know Jenkins can definitely do that. I'm not familiar.
Yes, Jenkins can do it, but I think there are some some code or some you need to some command or some command to make Jenkins do that. But what about the CircleCI?
I'm not
Okay.
I'm
thank
sorry,
you.
I'm sure.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you for asking.
Okay, thank you.
Are there any other questions? No? Thank you for coming. Please take your time.